What? Get out of my face.
Okay, right here, if you see this spot right back over here.
I'm trying everything.
Hold on, let me pan back over. Alright, this spot right here. Okay, that is a small drain. Just a little bit of a little back lake back there, or another canal that is draining out. And what it's doing is pushing bait out, and these redfish are just waiting a little down current from it for the bait to hit the main canal and be pushed right into them and catch them. So I cast to the drain and I come back and I pick up fish, and there was schools of redfish just schooled around there. Right on. Tight lines and God bless. Alright guys, this is my ambush video. Now what is an ambush? Ambush spot. Ambush spot is something underneath the water or a grass island, something out of the water, but it's something a predator fish can hide behind and come out and ambush bait coming around. Now current helps, and a current pushes baits around these spots, so it's like a buffet line, or you know, a school or a single bait fish swims around there. They've got a guy in there like an underwater deer blind. He's sitting in there hiding, and that fish comes by and he darts out and ambushes him and gets him a free meal. These locations are perfect spots to find fish, and in this video I go over several locations. I map them out, I point where the current's going around, and I give you step-by-step illustrations on why this is an ambush spot, why I targeted this spot, and how I'm catching fish there. You see me catching fish there. I've got some redfish in this video, I've got some flounder in this video, and I've got the biggest big ugly I caught in a kayak in this video in a small little area. So check this out. You're gonna learn something, man. And while you're here, don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos, man. I'm always liking to help you guys out if I can. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. Go over to my Facebook page, Charles Cleburne Fishing, and it's the same on Instagram, Charles Cleburne Fishing. On the Facebook, you can book appointments. You can find out about my packages that I offer. I'm doing wade trips, I'm doing boat trips, and I'm doing kayak trips. So hit me up, get some information from me, or come out fishing with me, guys. All right, hope to see all you guys on the water. Tight lines and God bless. Let's go look. Did you see that? He's either running from me or he's running from fish. Alright guys, this is a perfect area to fish. If you see right here, this is a drain draining from a back lake into this flats right here, and over to the left here is the intercoastal. So I have flats, I have a deep drop off and deep water, have the current running this way around this point right here. So that's what attracted me, and as I pulled up, I saw fish jumping. Now they're not going to always be right here on the corner. If you notice, I don't find them right here on the corner. Watch this cast right here down the coastline. It's a little bit further down, so what you do is start off at the corner and then keep throwing down the coastline, and there's usually going to be a predator fish hiding somewhere right there trying to catch bait that's being swept by the current. And this time it's a small flounder, but it's still a fish in the boat. Right on, guys. Look for these conditions: drains, flats, drop-offs, baits jumping, and working that shoreline, guys. Right on. Tight lines and God bless. Alright guys, this here is one of my favorite types of spots to find because it has a little bit of everything. If you see these grass islands right here, those are perfect ambush spots, because not only do they have current flowing around them, they got spots where the current is flowing through them. So bait can hide in that grass, and redfish and other fish can get up in there and just get around them and find fish. Now, I found this spot on Google Maps, and it is a big back lake. If you see me panning around right now, you can see it is a big back lake that you have to go pretty far through a marsh to get to. The average depth is about 2 foot to 1.5 feet, and there's oysters scattered throughout it. So normally when I find a place like this, my first thing to do if I don't see stuff busting in the middle is I work them grass islands. I work where the current's flowing around them, because there's usually a fish hiding behind them. Now, it's normally a good redfish, or it could be a flounder. But if I work the grass line, I work them islands, and I don't get any hits, I usually drift through the middle or drift through the sides, because there's something in them oyster beds. There's bait hiding behind them oysters. There's bait feeding in them oysters. Now, if you check out right here, I just threw at this little grass island, and I'm working my tandem rig back across the bottom. And I don't think I have nothing. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really paying attention. I was just working my lure and probably zoning out. And you're going to see what that did to me here in a second. So let's see, I'm reeling in. Okay, see right here? A flounder had hit my lure right there, and I wasn't paying attention and pulled it right out of his mouth. But look, I throw to the right side of this grass line right here, and I pretty much threw it right in a redfish's mouth. And if you see how it curves right here, the current's flowing around, and there's a little indentation in that grass line where it is a perfect place for a redfish to be sitting there. And as you saw, I threw that lure, and as soon as it hit the water, it took off. So that's what you do. Look at Google Maps. Find marshy systems, find back lakes like this, then look and find a place to put your kayak in, if you're kayak fishing. A lot of times boats can't fish back here, but kayaks can get back here. And get back there and try. I've caught so many reds in this one little spot, and it's because of all these ambush points. It's got all this current flow, and redfish love current. Current pushes bait around in an erratic way, and it's like a buffet line for these guys. So remember that. The grass islands, the shorelines, and if you're not getting nothing there, drift through the middle and work your lures, man. You're going to find some fish in these spots. All right, guys. Tight lines, and God bless.
But he's a keeper. That on that dirty bay fishing lure, that color that I told Kevin to make for me. Look at that. Right on that point. Kind of see it's not a whole lot, but there's a little bit of different kind of, almost like two currents are meeting, and it's just kind of. So we're gonna go. I'll pull in my tandem rig here, and I'm gonna see if I can't pick up a flounder.
All right, guys, if you see right here this dark spot underneath the water, and it's got PVC poles down in this area right here, well, that is a breakwater. Basically, a breakwater is just an underwater dam or an underwater structure that they've placed there to protect the shoreline from the waves coming in. So all across, especially West Bay and the marshy areas, they're going to have breakwaters, and they will have PVC poles or something marking it. And that's why a lot of times when I'm in the bay or I'm anywhere, I go and I try fishing around PVC poles, because they are marking something that is down there, whether it just be a little piece of debris or something underneath the water. It still becomes an ambush point, and it has current flowing around it, and it has a place for other fish to hide behind and ambush bait coming around. So just to be something to think about, these are always good spots. Alright, so right here is an overhead view of that spot from maps. And if you notice right here, this spot right up against the coastline, that is that underwater breakwater. So just remember something like that when you're looking on Google Maps or any kind of map system. Stuff like that is what it's going to look like. You want to come and look at those types of places. Now, if you look over here, you can barely see these little dots. That's like an old pier or an old fence line, so it's got posts sticking up. That is a good place to check out too. Now this area, the reason why I checked this area is because, and I came over here, current was flowing this way, and there's a back lake back here that had current flowing around this curve and this way. So when it met up together right here by this breakwater, it created a swirl. Now those swirls and places like that are where you always want to look for flounder. Flounder are always going to be around spots like that, coming around a curve like this, meeting up with other currents, and it's making a swirl. Now if you see this kind of dark patchy spot down in this area, what that could signify is oyster beds or grass lines underneath the water. You see patchy dots all through here, and it's either balls of grass or oysters, which creates another ambush point, which creates a disturbance in the current, which is going to push bait, which is going to attract bait. It's going to give baits places to hide, and it's going to hold small types of food that them bait fish are eating. And when there's bait fish, there is predator fish. So not only is this a good area for flounder, but it's a good area for pretty much anything, redfish and speckled trout and whatever you're looking for. But I always want to look for that swirling when I'm looking for a flounder. That is one key type of spot that is usually going to hold a flounder, swirling water like that. Alright guys, tight lines and God bless.
Oh man, I come over here for a flounder and I think that's what I got. Hope it's a keeper. I don't think that's a flounder. It is a flounder. Came over. Yeah, I hope that's 15. I came over here because I saw it swimming. I saw bait popping right there. First cast out, bam, this old flounder guy. I'm gonna measure him and see if I got my slam. This is my second flounder of the day. I think I found where they're at.
Okay, this is a perfect winter ambush spot. What happens is it gets colder and the water level drops. So this main canal right here that feeds a bunch of back marshes and lakes is a perfect spot because of its depth, and everything is draining off into it. So what this is, if you see the current flowing towards me and it's going around this corner right here, and it's a perfect spot around this corner for fish to hide and ambush stuff. And if you see, I just hooked up to a nice redfish right there who's in this spot waiting for bait fish to come, being pushed by the current around this spot, and they just, it's like a buffet line. They just sit there and take their pick. And if you throw your lure at it and come back,
oh, it's a nice,
you're going to find them too.
Limit time, limits. Right on.
Okay, this right here is a perfect ambush point, ambush spot. Because if you see right here, you got the grass point and you see the current running around it this way, perfect. But what it also has is right here in front of my kayak is a big oyster reef, oyster bar, and it's only about 2 foot under the water. But from the point of that grass and down that grass line to that oyster bar, it's about 9 feet deep. So it's a big bowl in there. So the current coming around right here, throwing everything up into this bowl, is a perfect ambush point for a predator fish to hide in and wait for that current to flow the bait around it basically right into their mouth.
Got him.
So as you see right here, right now, I had thrown right over there, and I had worked my lure down into that bowl and right through, and coming back up that oyster bar,
First cast.
I hooked into this big old fish. I mean, it was second or third cast for that morning. I knew where this ambush point was. I know it usually holds a fish or two because it is a perfect hiding place. So remember that when you're looking for ambush points, man, I mean, even if it's just a spot that doesn't have that bowl, if that current's coming around like it is right there, it's still got a place for fish to hide behind and ambush bait coming back by. So think about things like that when you're looking for an ambush point. And this is one of my favorite ones. Every time I'm in the area, I check it out, and I usually catch a lot of fish because there's a little bit of everything in this area. All right, guys, enjoy watching the rest of this big ugly. And I had a good time catching them. I hope y'all learned something. Right on, guys. Tight lines and God bless.
Hey, look at that. He's spinning me in circles. Is that a... I still don't know what it is. I can't get it up. I can't get this guy up. He's just gonna pull me around, apparently. Let's get him up. Come on, guy, where? What is it? Come on up. Come on up. Come on, get up. Get up, let me look at you. Oh, it's a big old ugly. Oh, it's a big ugly. That's what it is. Big old fat ugly. Man, that is a fighter. He does not want to come up. He done pulled me all over the place. Oh, look at that big ugly thing. Ugh. Boy, he's an ugly guy. Oh, look at him. Get out of here, you big ugly. Oh. Big old ugly. This dude ain't got no tire out in him, man. Get over here, you big ugly thing. Oh. Where do you think you're going? Where you going? Where are you going? Where you going, boy? Get on back here. Get on back here. Oh, look at you. Big old nasty ugly thing. I got a net. I don't even know if this son of a gun will fit in my net. I think he's a little tired now. Let's get him right here. Come here. Look at that. I got him right in the eyeball. Come on, Big Ugly. Come on. Come on, Big Ugly. Get in there. Oh. Oh, man. Look at that. Jeez. Look at that. Look. He don't even fit in my net. Man. Big old ugly thing. Oh. Oh. Ah, dog it. Oh. Woo! That ain't bad for a first cast, ain't? Jeez. Man. Look at this thing. God, dog. Oh, look at that monster. Oh. Oh, man. Dang, that's a monster. Oh. Woo! Way to start out the day. Oh, it is. We're gonna let this guy go. Let's let him go. All right, here we go. See this? Come on. Come on. Oh God. Come on. Make sure he's still good. Come on, you ready? You ready? Oh, there you go. Man, he slimed me. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope y'all learned something and y'all got a new tool to put in y'all's arsenal to target these fish. You can always come back, fast forward, rewind, and update on it, man. I'll have more coming in the books, so stay tuned, and don't forget to like and subscribe while you're here, guys. Hope to see all you guys on the water. Tight lines and God bless.